Hey everyone, this is Mike from Real Life Counseling, and we're going to talk about a quote today from Sherlock Holmes. And in one of his short stories, he says, "Work is the best antidote to sorrow, my dear Watson." And that was in the short story, The Adventure of the Empty House. Sherlock Holmes has a reputation, both in the novels, the short stories, and in the television and movie representations, that he gets bored easy, right? That's why he uses cocaine, right? And he needs the adventure, he needs the excitement. Um, Many of us do. Many of us get meaning and purpose from our lives in work. We feel like we're doing something productive. We have our social life is very often around work. We have our friends and our coworkers, people that we see each day, and even though they may drive us crazy sometimes, they become almost like a surrogate family, like a second family. Sometimes we spend more time with them than we do some of the more important people in our lives, and feeling a sense of accomplishment, feeling that you're doing something productive and meaningful and helpful is really important to a person's sense of self, their sense of importance, their sense of confidence, their sense of meaning in life. A lot of times when people retire, they say that a large proportion of people die within, I think, 5 years after retiring because they don't have a purpose anymore. They have no routine. It just becomes one day after another, and people feel like, well, what am I here for anymore? What is my purpose in life? I've worked. I've reached a certain age in my life. My prime working years are over. I did my job, and now, am I even needed anymore? Do I have any contribution to make to society? What am I doing? And that's a terrible position to be in, a terrible feeling. We always want to feel productive, and work helps us feel productive. Now, to be fair, it doesn't have to be work. It can be volunteering. You can be doing something. You could be mentoring someone. You could be coaching someone. You could be tutoring someone, teaching. So there are many ways that you can meet the goal and purpose of work. It doesn't have to be work per se, a particular job or a career, but it's working at something, doing something. It does give us a sense of purpose. It does give us a sense of meaning in our lives, and helps us feel as if we still have a contribution to make. It makes us feel as if we have some kind of legacy that we're leaving behind. And I think one of the biggest causes of sadness and depression is that we have no meaning. Viktor Frankl, the founder of logotherapy, in the 40s, he was a Holocaust survivor, and he said that we all have a will to meaning, that we have this desire for meaning in our lives, and that the failure to find some kind of meaning and purpose, really, you have a hard time finding a sense of happiness and completeness. We want to do something important and productive. We want to leave a legacy behind. We want to know that after we're gone physically, something that we've done is left behind. No one wants to feel worthless and empty, and that they have no more meaning or purpose in life. Even being a parent or a grandparent, you are providing some experience. You're giving your experience, your wisdom to the next generation, and that's valuable. That's something that's worth working at and helping. And it's one of the reasons why a lot of times people get involved in situations greater than themselves. So they may have maybe a job that's not that important in and of itself. It pays the bills. But then they'll be involved in some kind of activism. Maybe they'll get involved in some environmental issues, or maybe they have some passion about the political environment, and they want to do something because that gives them meaning. Maybe they want to work with animals or children, or just something that even if their 9-to-5 job doesn't give them that inherent meaning. It's just something to do. They go. They have their friends there, their coworkers. They get a paycheck. But there are other things that they do on the weekends or in the evenings that do allow them to feel as if they have a sense of purpose. And I think that's kind of what our friend Sherlock Holmes was really going for there. That it's that feeling productive that makes us feel happy, that gives us a purpose. People get very depressed. They feel very sad. People are very funny. If you've ever had a vacation, especially if it's a long vacation, a lot of times by the end of the vacation, people are actually kind of looking to going forward to going back to work, or at least they may not necessarily be looking forward to going back to work per se, but they start getting a little antsy. They're getting bored. I want to do something. I don't want to just keep sitting around the house all day. I want to feel productive. Well, that's what it is. We do feel bored. I mean, how many times do people work during the week and then they're on the weekends and they feel, I'm so bored on the weekends. I have nothing to do. Because even though we do need a break from our work, it does give us a purpose. It does give us something to do. So don't necessarily neglect that. And if your job isn't giving you that meaning or purpose, see if you can find something outside of work, something that you can contribute, you can help, you can work with mentoring someone or doing something that volunteering in your community to give you that kind of sense of value and purpose. So be like Sherlock Holmes, not using drugs or cocaine or some other artificial way of filling that emptiness inside of you, but being productive, doing something that contributes to the world, that tries to make your society and community, or even your family and friends, better off because you were there. All right, if you like this video, hit like. If you want to subscribe, please do. Be a subscriber. And if you want notifications on new videos, please hit the bell symbol. And I'll see you next time. Thanks.